Journey is one of the masterpieces of the video game industry, and this video is an attempt to elevate the experience of this game. In this story, I take on the role of a traveler, stepping into a mysterious desert to uncover its secrets. My dear siblings, I want you to chill and join me on this adventure. They say that land is sacred. The very land at the edge of the world. In the heart of golden dunes, holding a priceless treasure that all seek. Therefore, I resolved to travel and made my way there. I traversed lands and sandy dunes until I found myself near that place. Those fabrics seemed to be the first sign of arrival. All around me were dunes and silence. There was no turning back. I decided to move forward. The sand beneath my feet was hot, but its warmth was pleasant. It was as if the clouds were pointing toward the great dune. As I approached the dune, the sun vanished from sight. The steep slope made walking difficult. I paused to look around. The previous dune stood out. Where could that treasure be? And then that colossal mountain appeared. In the face of its grandeur, I felt insignificant, yet somehow a part of it. A strange light rose from its crevice toward the sky. Could the treasure lie in that mountain? That structure on the left, the great mountain, and the sun were the three prominent points in my view. Many stones were scattered around the structure. The dunes around me formed a barrier. That first dune now felt so far away, a distance I hadn't sensed before. I felt some weariness in my legs. I sat to rest in that shade for a while. What was waiting for me? Where was this journey leading? The sun seemed to know, but remained silent. Sitting in that shade felt pleasant, perhaps even better than walking in the desert. But I had to rise and continue. I had a reason for coming here. Sliding down that dune was as easy as climbing it had been difficult. But what were those stones with their strange carvings? Suddenly, a spark ignited in my mind. Could they be tombstones? Tombstones of others who had perished in this desert. A shiver of dread ran through me. Doubts and fears came rushing in. at the very start of my path. No, my fate couldn't be like theirs. After all, I was still alive. Among those ruins, in that halo of light, objects were flying, fabric-like pieces similar to my robe, and there were strange glowing leathers too. Suddenly, those leathers were drawn to me, and a scarf appeared on my robe. The fabric pieces made the leathers on my scarf glow, and to my astonishment, I could fly, though only for a short time. Among more tombstones, I saw those fabrics again, so I ran toward them, eager to fly once more. These flights made moving through the desert a bit easier. A ruin lay ahead of me, and on the other side was a pit where a light glowed. I decided to head to the ruin first. I used those fabrics again. How wonderful it would be if I could fly for longer. Though the structure was in ruins, its admirable architecture still shone through. There was a tablet there. A feeling inspired me to use my scarf's power. Doing so caused the pattern to appear on the tablet, confirming my theory. Those stones were the tombstones of pilgrims. I turned my attention away from it and headed toward the ruins exit. It was time for the pit. The pit resembled a stadium, as if someone or some people could stand in the center and speak to an audience. The bridge connecting the central platform to that light was broken. I had to find a way. Some fabric seemed to be trapped in a cage. I saw another set of glowing leathers on a platform. Perhaps if I could reach them, I could fly longer, but they were out of reach for now. So I climbed the other platform. I interacted with the long fabrics, and with the opening of that gate, many fabrics were set free. With my scarf activated and the fabric summoned, I soared higher than ever before. I collected the glowing leathers, and yes, my scarf grew. I also found the solution to crossing the broken bridge, those fabrics. These little friends were truly a blessing on this journey. There stood a great gate with a stone structure in front of it. I decided to use my scarf and interact with it. With my interaction, the stone structure glowed, and a circle of light appeared on the ground. I sat within to catch my breath. Suddenly, I found myself in another place. A mysterious figure stood between me and the mountain. They let out a radiant call. I saw the mountain cast light from its peak into the sky, and with that, those letters appeared in the heavens. Were they stars or life itself? For birds appeared, then trees, and finally, us. That light also gave rise to those fabrics. It seemed to be their source of energy and essence. Could that light have been connected to God? I had so many questions. I needed to find answers, and the treasure. The gate opened, and on the other side of the corridor, it seemed someone was standing, adding yet another question to my growing list. I felt that the journey of my life had begun. We'll follow the rest of the story in the next episode. Thanks for watching.